we have seen Smiths through,
25.
Carlins through. Presumably, Worthington and Strongbow Dark Fruits will follow them, but unfortunately, none of those are playing. It's Jeffrey Zwaan, Rowby-John Rodriguez, Aaron Monk, and Alan Tavern. We start with the two young guns, and I think this is a really, really interesting clash between the young Dutchman,
25.
the Black Cobra, Jeffrey Zwaan, and Little John, Rowby-John Rodriguez from Austria.
It's Rowby to throw first.
If anything, going on the first weekend's performances, Rowby-John might be the man to watch. Because last weekend, all right, he lost first round on the 96. Saturday, but still averaged more than 97 against Kyle Anderson. The next day, averaged 98, then 99,
60.
so off Stephen Burton and Conan Whitehead, and he was only beaten by the eventual winner, Dave Chisnell. So he's been playing pretty well as
85.
RJ Rod number 2 of the many RJ Rods. Clan from Vienna. Roxy James's
60.
older brother, Rusty Jake, Reggie George, several thousand others rolling off the production line as we speak.
81.
Jeffrey Zwaan, though, picked for the Premier League, very much jumped ahead of Rowby-John Rodriguez.
85.
In the pecking order, when you're looking at exciting young prospects in the world of darts, by and large, down to his incredible year last year. Back on the tour, won a title or two, semi-finals of the World Match Play. This boy is mustard. Got to keep it going, though. Can't just have one good
85.
year and then live off that for the rest of your career. Have to build on those displays. Can still do this. Can't anymore.
44. 59.
Bit of a sluggish start. Oh, well, that's not how you throw it. What is going on, Rowby-John? Okay, so double 8.
52.
And he wasn't far away from that dart having counted stone. It must have gone 3 feet.
82.
All right, Rowby-John will have another go at this double 8. And there we go. 1-0 to the young Austrian, but not a particularly impressive leg, particularly from Jeffrey Zwaan's
100
point of view, as he slams those darts in. One of the most violent throws in world darts, Jeffrey Zwaan.
43.
Very good throw, very straight,
92.
very strong. And he really does hammer those darts in the board. I remember Paul Nicholson suggesting we should
41.
have a speed gun just to figure out how quickly different players are throwing them into the board. I think Zwaan
96.
would be right up there. Rowby
85.
Well, that last dart saves him the rather embarrassing start of 43, 41, 45.
139.
This is better from Jeffrey. Still working, Jeffrey. Fixes engines on boats in a dockyard in the Netherlands. Double 16.
42.
Still some time with which to play.
$47.
Well, he's had 3 scores in the 40s in this leg, Rowby-John Rodriguez.
Shot.
And that means that Zwaan closes it out with Rowby not even down to a finish. And as well as he played last weekend, it has not been as impressive in the early stages of this. Maybe he can just click into gear now, though. Winner of this one faces either Aaron Monk,
63.
another man who, product of the PDC youth system, although a few years ago, or Alan Tavern,
56.
a man who may have been a product of a youth system somewhere in the 18th century.
140.
Playing some very good darts, Alan Tavern, at the minute. We'll come to that during their game.
134.
Well, 134 is not enough to leave a finish. Perhaps could have used the board a bit more wisely in that visit. 2 big trebles could have got him to a finish had he elected a different route.
$97.
Zwaan left himself a bogey number with a 135, though. Much better leg of darts from these two, isn't it? Oh, he's missed the big number. Rod Harrington somewhere raises his clenched fist to the sky and curses the gods.
Game shot.
Rowby-John Rodriguez pins 74 for a 14-dart leg. Much better stuff from these two. 2-1.
46. $93. 90. 51.
Have had another
123.
Few big averages. Dimitri Vandenberg has seen off Matt Clark 6-2 with an average of almost 107. If Dimitri Vandenberg is playing his stage 93. Game in the floor tournaments, we are in for a treat. Dimitri over on board 2. As
180.
That's the first 180. I'm surprised it's taken 4 legs for it. 104 average from Steve Lennon ahead of his Premier League debut on Thursday in Dublin.
94.
Watch out, Peter Wright. Tops.
Game shot.
Very, very good. 2-2. This game is warming up, isn't it? 2 sluggish legs and then a 14-darter and a 15-darter. Better stuff.
57.
Boris Koltsov with 100 average. 6-3 win for the Russian against Kevin Benes.
95.
Mervyn King has just won 6-0 and averaged 110 against Mickey Mansell. The Mervyn King A game has arrived. Wow.
58.
Zoran Lurchbach has beaten Mark McGeaney. One of the big noises from the
100.
BDO, beaten 6-2. Zoran averaging almost 99 in that one. You can check all these results in the Dart Connect
100.
system. Loads of games going on right now as we speak. Robert Thornton, the all-time great, 3-time major champion, 4-1 up in his game with the Bullet Stephen
57.
Bunting. Fantastic looking first-round game between Gabriel Clemens and Jamie Hughes. Jamie Hughes playing his first weekend of full action 100. On the PDC Tour. 4-1 up is Yoza. The 147 won't go for Rowby-John. Zwaan looking at the 148. It would be the first break of throw in this
89.
match. Treble 20. Not going to go.
100.
Similar finishes. 1 single, leaves 2 at the double.
Game shot.
Very, very impressive. He's taken out 58 and 74 to hold his throw the last 2 times that he's thrown first, Rowby-John, and he's done it under pressure as well. Rapid Ricky Evans, 5-1 up on Richie Edhouse. Mid-90s average for Ricky.
139.
Christoph Ratajski, 3-1 up on Keegan Brown. Chris Dobie, 5-1 on Mark Wilson.
180.
Maximum for Zwaan, his second.
$93.
This is the sort of thing we expect from Jeffrey
98.
Zwaan. 140, 180, 98, 83 left after 9. These are the darts that caused even the biggest names
81.
in the world all kinds of problems at the World Match Play last year, and his run to the semi-finals only stopped by the superb Gary Anderson.
Game shot.
That's a superb leg of darts. 11 darter. We are level once again. The average has climbed to 99 for Zwaan. Rowby still languishing in the mid-80s, but has the throw. 3 consecutive holds, that's all he needs.
180.
That's going to get very difficult if Zwaan has found his range, and it looks like it. And I can tell you that first round game that we thought looked good, Clemens versus Jamie Hughes, Clemens
50.
averaging 100, and he's getting ironed out 5-1 at the minute by Yozza, who's averaging 104. Jamie Hughes had a whole year stuck on the Challenge Tour, having failed to get his tour card at Q School last year. Then came to Q School and took out a year of frustration on the board. It was magnificent. Missed the first weekend because some technical error in entering into the tournaments. And again, he's turned up and it looks like he's taking out his frustrations on anybody
95.
who happens to cross his path. Real chance of the first break of throw in this one.
140.
That keeps Rowby-John well in it on a 2-darter. All 3 darts needed here. Zwaan, he hits the ball, but doesn't hit double 16.
85.
The pressure finishing so far from Rowby-John has been good. He went double-double.
39.
And he's missed the big number last dart, so if he is allowed back to the board, it costs him a dart at double.
No score.
And he is allowed back to the board. 4 darts missed for the lead. Oh, well, double 3 it is. He only wanted the single.
Game.
Oh, that's the only way to go, Rowby-John. Of course it is. He should have been nowhere near that treble. But the double 3 was pinned.
100.
And that could be a crucial moment. Jeffrey Zwaan, he is outscoring Rowby-John. Now that he's found his range on the treble 20, he is getting opportunities,
100.
but he's spurned 4 darts for a 4-3 lead there.
180.
Well, it is 4 180s in this match, all to Jeffrey Zwaan, and they have all come in the last 5 legs. That tells you how, after a bit of a slow start, the Black Cobra has hit his straps. Oh, more. More. More from Jeffrey, back to back.
$57.
Well, the only issue he's having, Jeffrey Zwaan, is that section of the board there. The 16s and the 8s.
$56.
Rowby-John Rodriguez is clinging on to this game by his fingernails. And he still has problems. He has missed 5 darts for this leg. 21 scored with his first dart, means the 154
60.
can't go. Well, now at least Zwaan can look at a different area of the board. And
Game
this
shot.
is absolutely no bother for him. 4-4, pinned on double 4. Rowby-John Rodriguez with a real lurch with that first dart.
57.
And this is where he's really feeling the strain, because he is not scoring well enough to live with this man, because the Black Cobra cannot stop hitting the 60.
180.
He can't stop. That's 3 scoring visits in a row, 180. But in between, of course, there was all that faffing about trying to take out 41 and 32 and 8. Yes. Oh, it has to be. It has to be, of course it is. It's 4 180s in a row in terms of scoring visits for Jeffrey Zwaan. 1-4-1 needed. The treble 20, it's a given. That's going. Let's just give him the 7th dart.
77.
It's the treble 19 and the double 12 that he needs. I was wrong. I was very, very wrong.
125.
Oh, well, the next 2 were fine. Well, this is... And the only problem is with Jeffrey Zwaan, he's left to double 8. Now, this is an issue.
57.
Jeffrey Zwaan can't stop hitting the 60, but the 16 is an issue. There we go. Finally, he pins it. It is a superb leg of darts from Jeffrey Zwaan. The average is now over a ton, and Rowby-John Rodriguez just has not had an answer in the last few legs when Zwaan has brought out the heavy artillery.
95.
You saw Michael Smith earlier on in the opening game on this streaming board. He could not stop smashing in the big scores. The last few legs from Jeffrey Zwaan, it has been
100.
just like that. And those two could be on a collision course to meet in the board final, the third round. And if they're playing like this, it's going to be
137.
spectacular.
$93.
He was only beaten by Johnny Clayton
59.
and Joe Cullen last weekend. Was Jeffrey Zwaan, having made his board final on the Saturday and then made the last 16 on the Sunday.
43.
Beat the likes of Daryl Gurney, Cristo Reyes, Jamie Lewis on that Sunday.
81.
And it looks like he is going to beat Rowby-John Rodriguez here. Roby was able to keep him at arm's length with some impressive finishing under pressure in the early part
95.
of this game, but he has not had an answer. It has just been enormous score after enormous score. Bullseye. He has to go for it. Roby's on a finish. And he pins it as well. It's a 15 darter to seal it. Fabulous 129 checkout. But that assault, 7 180s from Jeffrey Zwaan in only 6 legs of darts in the middle there. That's what set this up. And the Black Cobra is through to the second round. He faces the winner of the match we're going to show you in a moment between Aaron Monk and